Tanse, hello, my name is Kenda Jessie. I am a Cree and Ukrainian woman from Sucker Creek First Nation in traditional Treaty territory, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am a fancy shawl dancer. I'm a personal trainer, a wellness advocate, and a social media content creator. So Indigenous representation is important to me because it's important for the youth to see themselves being represented in the media and in society and in just everyday spaces so that they can believe that they are capable of being in those spaces and accomplishing their goals and their dreams and being able to, represent in spaces where our ancestors never were able to. For myself, practices that keep me in balance is really about just finding practices that can balance my medicine wheel. So as things that take care of my mental, my physical, spiritual, and emotional aspects of my health. And so for myself, movement is a really, really important one that can really help with all aspects. I've noticed, especially with my emotional health, I carry a lot of just anger and rage and can have a lot of mood swings. So I noticed that movement has really just helped me to keep balance with my emotions and to be able to control them a bit more. And then just also dancing. Dancing is something that's really been helping every aspect of my health. Learning to fancy shawl dance has really helped me to just become more balanced in all of those aspects. And it's really helped me with my identity and just being able to be more connected to a creator through that spiritual health, because just learning about why we dance and how it's really can connect you to creator. And when you're dancing, you're carrying your prayers and you're dancing for those people who may not be here anymore. And another one I'd say is ceremony, which has really, really just completely changed my life and really helped again all aspects of my health. But really just being able to have that sacred and special time with creator is something that I've never gotten to experience before. And so it's really something that's been so just beneficial and integral to my spiritual health. And I think spiritual health is something I really, in the last couple of years, is really something I've been learning a lot about, and I've made the most growth, I think, in that aspect of my health, because I've always been an athlete. I've grown up playing so many sports, and so I've always been able to take care of my physical health, but my my emotions, my mental, and my spiritual health has been something I've really had to dig deeper and learn a lot more about, because the physical came so easy for me, but I really realized once I was a young adult, I'm physically healthy, but I'm really not healthy in any other aspect. And just learning that health is so holistic and it's something you need to look at from a bigger point of view. And sobriety is another really important part of my wellness. It's something that really, I feel it was a change that kind of just needed to be made. I was at a point in my life where I wanted more out of myself, and I felt I was capable of more, and I felt I should be doing more, and I couldn't really figure out how. But I learned some really powerful teachings about sobriety from a knowledge keeper, Andrew Starblanket, and he told me the teaching about when you consume alcohol or drugs and your spirit leaves your body and it takes 4 days for it to fully return. And so that really resonated with me, because I thought about how many days in my life where I wasn't living as my true self, and it's not I was an alcoholic or addicted or anything, but there was just a lot of days where I really felt that I wasn't my true self. I could feel my spirit wasn't in my body. I'm hungover, I'm tired, I'm sick, I'm bitchy, and so sobriety was something that I knew I needed to make changes, and especially in order for your life to change, you need to change. And so that was a change that I thought was going to be really beneficial to me, and I never really put time frames or limits on myself. I just wanted to experience it and try it out and see how I felt. And it was something that just really helped me again in every aspect of my health. I think definitely my mental health, it's really helped to just take away a lot of shame and guilt and regret in my life. And I don't have anxiety anymore about a night out and not remembering what I did. I can be fully present in a lot of situations, and I found that being sober has really helped me to be able to fully feel my emotions too. I'm not using substances to suppress them or to try to forget about them. I'm fully feeling all my emotions and all my experiences. My advice for the next generation, I always just try to give advice that like I wish I could have heard when I was a youth and growing up and just feeling like lost and confused and just like hating myself. But it's to love yourself, to believe in yourself, and to be proud of yourself no matter how much the world tries to stop you from doing so. And I know it's easier said than done, but just really believing in yourself can like just go a long way. The teaching around respect means to me, so I've heard knowledge keepers talk about respect and how it's really deeper and it's complex. And so they've talked about how there's 4 pillars that make up respect, and that's love, patience, discipline, and sacrifice. And so that's really like kind of how I feel about it, is that respect really comes down to just having respect for everything, everything on this earth, and like every other human being, every other animal, all the plants and elements, just being able to respect everything, I think really ties into like first respecting yourself, respecting like your mind, your body, your spirit. And when you can respect yourself, you can respect others, you can respect the land, you can respect just everything. You can just respect other cultures. And like I just think it's important to just really have respect for yourself. And that's really what I think drives a lot of my wellness practices, is that I have a lot of respect for life, and like life, realizing that life it's a gift, and you know, our health is a gift, and it's a gift that we must take care of. We can't take it for granted. And for myself personally, like, you know, I used to not have a lot of respect for like myself and my body. I used to do a lot of like really just disrespectful things. Like I would not eat enough, I would starve myself, I'd overeat, I would drink too much, you know, couldn't like indulge in like substances. You know, I would like kind of, you know, sleep around. I would do a lot of disrespectful things to my body. And now I'm at a point in my life where I respect myself and I respect my body. And so movement is a way that really can just express that gratitude for like the body that Creator's given me to come and experience this world and this earth. I think it's important that we embody the Severance Sacred Teachings, because they're teachings that can really just help you to grow and develop as like an overall person. I think they really can help each aspect of your health and your wellness, and it's just really like I think a guide of how to just live your life in a good way and to be in good relation with everything here on earth, you know, all the humans, the plants, the elements. I think really just embodying those teachings can really help us to just live our lives in that good way and like, you know, live that mio pamatsuan, that good life. I think we can honor those teachings and the protocols by just education. I think just educating yourself on indigenous cultures, indigenous histories. And for myself too, like I didn't grow up connected to like culture or ceremony or anything, so I always had like a really surface level understanding of the culture or what it means to be indigenous. You know, I would just hear the negative stereotypes and everything. And once I started to reconnect and reclaim and be in ceremony and be around elders and knowledge keepers, I really just realized like how just beautiful the culture is and how like, you know, loving and caring and respectful it is. Like, you know, it's not all these negative things I always heard about it. Like, you know, it's so much more than that, and it's just a really beautiful way to live. And like I can't imagine like if I wasn't ever like able to connect to culture or be able to just learn more about myself. It's really just helped me become more of who I am, and I think it's like a good guideline of how to just live your life in a good way by following these teachings. Embodying respect relates to my wellness session because it's just about respecting your body and your mind and your spirit, and movement is a really powerful way to do that. It's a way to just express gratitude to Creator for the body that you've been given to just come in and experience Earth. And just I think it's a really big privilege too that people don't realize, like to be able to make it to Earth. Like, you know, you have a really special and sacred purpose here, and you have like gifts and knowledge and capabilities to offer the world that like nobody else can. And so it's important to just respect yourself, and I think movement is just a really powerful way to do that. So the way this circuit is going to work is we're going to do 4 different movements for 20 seconds each. And I personally like to do circuit training because it's quick, it's easy, it's effective, and you don't need a lot of time or space to do it. And one thing that I really try to encourage is that you don't need to work out for hours a day for it to be effective. It's just about getting something done and just moving your body each day. So the first movement we're gonna do is squats. So you wanna have your feet about hip width distance apart. And then you're just gonna squat down, you're gonna bend with your knees. You wanna keep your core tight and engaged, and you wanna keep your back straight and keep your chest up and your chin up. But you're just gonna squat down and then come back up. So we're gonna do that for 20 seconds each. You wanna remember to breathe throughout your movements. Don't hold your breath. I like to inhale as I go down and exhale as I come up. And that's 20 seconds. So the next movement we'll be moving into is gonna be some burpees. And again, so with the circuit, you wanna try to do the movements like back to back to back. And then after one round, you can rest. So we're gonna move into burpees, and how this is gonna work is you're just gonna be doing, so you'll jump up and then you'll come down, jump into a plank, jump back up. So it's meant to be like a really fast-paced movement that really gets your heart rate going. So we'll do this for 20 seconds. So those ones are hard, they really get your heart rate going. Okay, so the next movement we're gonna move into is some lunges. So with this one, you wanna focus on, we're gonna be stepping back, and as you bend down, you wanna think about not putting your knee in front of your toe. Just gonna step back. But we'll do that for 20 seconds. Again, think about breathing through the movement. And I like to use my hands to just give myself some momentum as I'm coming back up. Okay. So next movement we're gonna do is, we'll do some mountain climber. So this one we're gonna be in a plank position, and you wanna think about pushing your fingertips into the ground to relieve some of that pressure on your wrist. And then we're just gonna be driving our knees inward like this. We're gonna do it a bit faster or whatever pace works for you, but we'll do that one for 20 seconds. You want to keep your core tight for this one. And just think about driving your knees in front of you. Okay. So good job. That's one round of the circuit. And again, these are nice because they can be done anywhere and you don't need equipment usually. And they're really fun to just kind of make up your own workouts like quickly on the fly. But we'll do 4 rounds of the circuit. Okay, so now we're moving into the second round of the circuit, and we're gonna start with squats again. So we'll get started. And again, remember to breathe through the movement and think about squeezing your glutes at the top. And you want to keep your knees facing forward. You don't want to let them come too much inward or too outward. You want it to be a nice, strong movement. But now the second movement we're going to move into again is the burpees. So we'll get started with that for 20 seconds. That one's really gets your heart rate going. I invite you to have water if you have any. So next one is going to be the lunges again. we'll get started with that one. And you want to go at a pace that works for you. You don't want to go too fast. You want it to be nice and slow and controlled. Whew. So next one is going to be the mountain climbers again. So you really want to think about pushing your fingertips into the earth and relieving that pressure off your wrist. We'll get started with this one for another 20 seconds. Remember to breathe. Whew. So that's second round. Have some rest, have some water, and then we'll move into the third round. So now we're gonna move into the third round of the circuit, and I just wanna invite you to remember that intention of respect, and why we're moving our body is to, respect ourselves. And so remember that as we go through these next two circuits of work. So again, we're gonna start with the squats for 20 seconds. Again, breathe through the movement. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up, and squeeze your glutes. And again, this is one that's meant to be really strong and a slow, controlled movement. So the next movement we're gonna go into is now the burpees. So again, 20 seconds of work, we'll get started. That one always gets my heart rate going. I only have to do a couple and my heart's just beating. But we'll move into the third movement now, which is again, the lunges. So we'll get started for 20 seconds. Feeling that burn now. We have one more movement left of the circuit, and that again is the mountain climbers. So we'll get started with that one for 20 seconds. Last one, give it your all. And let's go. So again, really think about driving your knees forward and keeping that core tight. Whew. Third round complete. Grab some water, get some rest, and we'll move into the final round of the circuit. Whew.
I'm sweating watching you do this. I haven't even done anything.
Oh, really? Okay. Sweet. I guess last circuit.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so now we're gonna move into the final round of the circuit. So again, remember your intention of respect and why you're moving your body today. But it's the final round, so really give it your all, push yourself, and then you're done your workout for the day. But let's get started with the final round. We're gonna start with the squats again for 20 seconds. And again, remember, keep your body nice and strong and do the movement really slow and controlled. But we'll start for 20 seconds. And breathing through the movement. That breath lets your body know that you're okay, that you're gonna be fine. find when I'm not breathing, I'm feeling overwhelmed and feeling like I'm struggling, but just remember to breathe throughout the whole movement. But next movement now is the burpees. So final round of burpees, give it your all. I know they're hard, but really push yourself and challenge yourself. So get started for 20 seconds. Really push yourself with this one. Remember to breathe. Get nice big full breaths. Whew. So that was the last round of burpees. I'm proud of you for doing that, getting it over with. And now the next movement is the lunges. So again, final round of the circuit. Let's really push ourselves. 20 seconds, let's go. Again, remember to breathe. I know your heart rate's probably really going. So get full breaths, nice slow and controlled movements. And remember why you're moving. It's for respect. You know, you respect yourself and your body. And now, final movement of the circuit. Let's do this. It's the mountain climber. So 20 seconds and then we're done. So let's get going. 20 seconds, let's go. Whew. Remember to breathe, we're almost done. Whew. Good job, everyone. Just want to thank you for practicing with me today and for remembering that teaching and that intention of respect.